Hey, what's up, guys? So today, I'm just going to be going over the balance changes in case you haven't already seen them, and basically my thought process on what the strongest decks are going to be. And so, yeah. So, we got the Night Witch first, and it's going to go from 3 death spawn to 0, and that is basically going to kill the card, in my opinion. And we got the first bat spawn going from 4 seconds to 1 second, so it's going to be more viable as like a defensive card more than anything, more like a lumberjack on defense. And the spawn rate is going to be 7 to 5, so I think it may not kill the card. We're gonna have to see. And for the next card, we have the goblins, which are going to spawn further apart. I actually really like this change because I think that it was like much needed. The goblins are just, and if they had changed them any other way, then that meant the goblin drill would be really, really strong. So I'm really happy about those two reworks. Next, we got on the buff list, we've got Bomb Tower going from 25 seconds to 30 seconds. I 100% agree with this change. I think this is an amazing change for Bomb Tower. You almost never see Bomb Tower. It has like a 1% use rate, so I think that Bomb Tower Splash Yard may or may not come back into the meta. Next, we're going to have the guards with a 12% damage buff. I'm pretty happy about this because I think that that's a good change for the guards. They have been never used lately unless you're like low ladder, so that's a good change for graveyard. I think, you know, we might have to be using arrows in graveyard decks now, and Lava Hound decks is going to help out a little bit. Next, we have the Skeleton Death Spawn. It's going to go +1 for the Tombstone. I think that that's a great change because Tombstone is one of my favorite cards. Absolutely love that card. Next, this is an important buff. We have the Poison with a negative 15% speed slowed. This is a change that I think will be really, really interesting to see, because when you poison a graveyard, it normally still gets a couple shots, but I think with this change, it may not get any shots at all now. I guess we'll have to see. So it may kill graveyard and it may not. It's one of those things that we're gonna have to just see. And these all go live on the 6th of next month. So anyways, the next we see the Hunter, which has a 0.2%, 0.2 second faster attack speed. I absolutely love this. I think that's a really good change for the Hunter because he's almost never used on higher ladder. And next we have the Snowball with a 1.5 pushback to a 1.8. I really like this change, although it might make Goblin Drill even stronger than it already is, so that's a little bit scary. Next we have the Royal Pigs with a +6% damage buff, so you're definitely going to see Royal Pigs coming back into the meta, but I think that that's okay because it's a pretty good matchup for graveyard most of the time if you have Splash Yard. Next, on the nerf list, we have the Lifetime of the Tesla going down to 30 seconds. I absolutely adore this change because the Tesla is one of those cards where it can stay alive for so long on defense that it's unreal. Like it seems like more than 35 seconds, and if you really think about that, 35 seconds on the map, that you could place like 4 or 5 Teslas, especially Expo players, and they will last for the entire 3 minutes of the game, which is absolutely insane. So very good change there. Next, you have a -4% on the Mother Witch. I don't think that's enough. I think you will still see it in all the Royal Giant decks. I think you'll still see it everywhere, so pretty scared about how that's going to work out. Maybe Poison will kill it a little bit faster. That's one of those things that we're going to have to just see. Next we have the Electro Giant getting a -4 as well. I think that that's a great change, but I think that it should have got nerfed even more, just like the Mother Witch. I mean, these cards have controlled the meta since the last buff, like 4 months ago or something. Next, we have the Bomber, going from his attack range of 5 to 4.5, which means that Golem players will no longer be able to tower trade you and then place the Bomber on the like one tile to the opposite lane. So I absolutely love this change as well, but Bomber's still going to be strong, believe that. So Bomber will still be around. Next we have the Fire Spirit going from 2.5 to 2.3. I also agree with this change. Fire Spirit is one of the most annoying single elixir cards now. So yeah, I totally agree with this. And next we have the Royal Giant with a 0.2 second slower first attack. I think it's still going to be incredibly strong. But I agree with this change. I think that I don't want to see it die because it's a pretty good matchup usually. The RGs that don't have Mother Witch in their deck, it's a good matchup for Graveyard, so I'm glad about that. And next we have the much needed drill with -1 Goblin. This is probably another really good change for the game. I 100% agree with it, and I'm excited to see it. So those are some awesome changes. Next, we have what does the new arena look like, and it looks pretty sick, guys. For the first time in a while, like we've been reusing tower skins for like a month or two, so I'm glad about this. This looks super awesome. And what is it going to look like in game? Well, this is what it's going to look like in game. And you can see how there's like a door behind the enemy's king tower, which I think is super awesome. And the sidelines are going to look pretty crazy now. This is a really interesting background, and I actually really like this. This is cool. The tiles are super easy to see. Like you can see like these. It's going to be easier to play with the tiles so visible. Instead of like blending in with the map, so it'll be easier to do placements. And so this is kind of like what they're gonna look like. Just another picture. And so they changed what Skeleton Army looked like as well. They did a lot of changes in this upcoming update, and they actually have more for the players who are like maxed out in like higher tier on ladder. So I'm excited to see, and I'll make a video on that. Next you have the Dark Prince, who got a skin change, and I absolutely love this change as well. I think he looks badass now. And so anyways, I just got done with surgery and I'm still a little bit loopy, so I won't be making a video tomorrow about what happened and when my next upload will be. Would you guys like to see me playing like a Golem no skill deck? Because I can only use one hand for a couple of days at least, and I think it will be funny to use a Golem deck because I can only use one hand, and I think it'll be funny just to make fun of how strong it is for the next 2 days, since the balance changes don't go into effect until the 6th of next month. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys tell me what you think about these updates. I want your guys' opinions, not mine. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Did Supercell miss any cards that you guys think? Did they not nerf enough of certain cards? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, peace!